This video includes a paid sponsorship from Ground News, but I'll talk more about that later. It looks like we're getting close to the first official Cybertruck deliveries because drone pilot Joe Tegtmeyer recently spotted 9 covered Cybertrucks in the eastbound transportation lot at Giga Texas, in addition to several Cybertrucks that were spotted inside the factory as well. Are these 9 Cybertrucks that were spotted in the outbound lot still release candidates, or is Tesla starting to build customer-ready trucks? In this video, I want to discuss some of what Joe shared on YouTube and on X.com, and also provide a few other Cybertruck updates as well. I'm John, and this is Cleanerwatt. Back on July 15th, Tesla announced that the first Cybertruck had been built at Gigafactory, Texas. And in addition, Tesla also shared 2 images of the Cybertruck production area of Giga Texas in their Q2 2023 investor update letter, which provided a clear look at the Cybertruck frame and also confirmed that the Cybertruck would indeed feature a structural battery pack. However, at past update, as Elon made very clear in their Q2 2023 investor conference call that was held on July 19th, at that point, Tesla was still building release candidates, so official customer-ready vehicle production had not begun at that time. Fast forward, and in a video posted on Joe Tegtmeyer's YouTube channel on August 14th, Joe captured this footage showing 9 covered Cybertrucks in the east outbound transportation lot at Giga Texas. The reason why this is significant and exciting is because this is where Tesla stages completed vehicles and loads them up on semi-trucks to be transported to delivery centers. So if Cybertrucks are showing up in this lot, it means that there is a potential that these are customer-ready trucks. Now, later on in the day, Ezekiel Overstreet shared some images of this same lot at Giga Texas on X.com, and you can see that 3 of the Cybertrucks have been moved, and they likely got loaded up onto one of the semi-trucks in the lot that could be seen in Joe Tegtmeyer's video. Of course, it's still very possible that these trucks are release candidates that are needing to be transported out for testing purposes. That's definitely a possibility, like for example, for winter testing in New Zealand, where Tesla has been doing quite a bit of winter testing on Cybertrucks. At Cybertruck NZ at X.com has been sharing images and video clips like this one showing Cybertrucks at the Southern Hemisphere Proving Grounds, or SHPG, in New Zealand. This proving ground is where many automotive companies take their vehicles for winter testing. And as Cybertruck NZ posted on X.com previously, Tesla has 5+ Cybertrucks that have been spotted testing at this particular location. So these 9 Cybertrucks could still be release candidates for testing. However, it is possible that Tesla has begun building customer-ready trucks, and that some of these trucks are ready for a Cybertruck delivery event in the near future. Earlier this year, Elon Musk did make some comments about when Tesla might potentially hold a Cybertruck delivery event. But before I dive into those comments, I'd like to say thank you to Ground News for sponsoring this portion of today's video. As you know, there's a lot of unbalanced news reporting out there, and it's not only political in nature, but there's a lot of negative bias against Tesla as well. Thankfully, there's now an easy way to navigate the daily news in a balanced way with Ground News. Ground News is an app and website that gathers global news stories and organizes them in one place for easy comparison, making it possible to get multiple perspectives in one place. For each story, including reporting on Tesla's CFO, Zachary Kirkhorn, resigning, you get a quick visual breakdown of the news outlets reporting, their political bias, how factual the source is, which entity owns the source, and which countries are covering the story. I especially find the blind spot feed extremely helpful, which allows me to discover stories that are disproportionately covered by one side of the political spectrum or the other, and this helps keep me out of an echo chamber. Make sure to go over to ground.news/cleaner to sign up or subscribe, and if you use my link, you can save 30% off unlimited access. Stay informed on breaking news, compare coverage, and avoid bias with ground news. So we're roughly halfway through the third quarter of 2023. And earlier this year in Tesla's Q1 2023 investor conference call, Elon made reference to a Cybertruck delivery event being held in Q3 of this year. However, more recently in Tesla's Q2 2023 investor conference call, Elon didn't mention Q3 but just mentioned delivering Cybertrucks this year. I don't know if Elon's lack of specificity here, just saying this year versus Q3, was on purpose, or if Elon was alluding to the fact that the event wouldn't necessarily be held in Q3 of this year, but rather later on in the year, like Q4, for example, which I believe that's very likely. But if Elon's estimate of the Cybertruck event happening in Q3 of this year is still on, and a delivery event is to be held sometime between now and the end of September, seeing completed Cybertrucks in the outbound lot at Gigafactory Texas could be a good sign that the event could still happen in Q3 of this year. Now, in addition to the 9 Cybertrucks that Joe spotted in the outbound lot, Joe was also able to film several Cybertrucks in the area of the factory where general assembly happens. In this particular shot, you can see pretty good views of 2 Cybertrucks there kind of in the middle, and then there's one that really can't be seen very well closer to the wall there, but in this area there were 3 Cybertrucks that were spotted by Joe. Earlier on X.com, Joe also shared this image showing a Cybertruck front trunk insert on a table beside this Cybertruck, and this gives us a little bit of an idea of just how big the front trunk of the Cybertruck will be. However, it's a little bit at an angle, and we don't really have anything for reference, but I still expect the Cybertruck front trunk to be extremely usable, even if it's not as large as the F-150 Lightning, because Tesla decided to prioritize having a long bed and allowing the Cybertruck to fit in a 20-foot garage. They decided to really prioritize that, and apparently slightly shrink the size of the front end of the Cybertruck. Overall, I think it's fine, and it probably gives great visibility when driving the Cybertruck to not have quite as long of a front end. In addition, on August 13th, Joe Tegtmeyer on X.com shared this image, which shows a paper hanging down from the front end of a covered Cybertruck, and it looks like there is a VIN number on this piece of paper, but unfortunately, it's not quite readable in this image, but I would love to see what the VIN number is on this vehicle, because it would give us a little bit of an idea of how many of these Cybertrucks Tesla has built so far. In this particular clip of Joe's video, you can see a good view of the 9-ton Giga Press, which is being used to manufacture the Cybertruck underbody castings. I definitely recommend that if you're not yet subscribed to Joe Tegtmeyer's YouTube channel, that you do that, and I will link to this full video down below as well, and I recommend that you watch that video and subscribe to Joe's channel so you can get more Gigafactory Texas updates. In addition to all of that, an article was recently published on electrek.com, and in this article there were some images taken of underneath a prototype Cybertruck, and it gave some really clear views of some of the suspension components of the Cybertruck, at least a prototype Cybertruck. The author of this article sent the images of under the Cybertruck to Bastian Theron, the CEO of Theron, to get his opinion on what could be seen in these images. And he pointed out that there was an anti-roll bar built into the Cybertruck, but there was no hydraulic system like one that Rivian uses. When it comes to the rear suspension of the Cybertruck, he noted, quote, "The rear lower A-arm is in 2 pieces of welded steel, different from the casting at the front. However, it might just be a prototype way to test form and function." In addition, Bastian observed, quote, "There seems to be an actuator to modify the damping dynamically, at least at the rear, but should be at the front too, which is perfect for a vehicle that is made to carry loads." Whether or not Tesla is making customer-ready trucks or not, the fact that we're seeing so many trucks out in the wild and trucks in the outbound lot at Gigafactory Texas is an excellent sign as we approach first deliveries of the Cybertruck. I did want to say thank you again to Ground News for sponsoring this video, and do make sure that you check out the link in the video description to check out Ground News. Also, thanks to Joe Tegtmeyer, Ezekiel Overstreet, and at CybertruckNZ for allowing me to use those images and video clips in this video. Do let me know what you think about all this in the comments section below. I'd love to hear from you. And I'd also like to say once again, thank you to all of those of you who support me through Patreon. Your support makes a big difference and really does help make these videos possible. If you'd like to find out more about how you can support my work through Patreon, I will put a link in the video description. Thank you so much.